People have feelings when I talk about child support. So let's talk about it a little bit more. Why don't we? So I got a comment on one of my posts the other day. I did a post about 50-50 custody when child support is still awarded. And someone said, oh, well, that only works when the mom needs support. Like if mom's living in a 4-bedroom house and dad's living in a studio apartment, everybody thinks that's fine. And I have a lot of things to say about that. So first and foremost, child support is the absolute literal bare minimum that a parent can do. And the custodial parent, the parent who has a child more, is still paying. She's just not paying to the other party. She's paying in terms of her contributions to the children's well-being and their lifestyle in her day-to-day care of them. So both parents have to pay child support. That's just the bare legal minimum. Now, in terms of their living situation, there can be a lot of things going on here, right? So the fact that dad's living in a studio apartment doesn't necessarily mean that he can only stay in a studio apartment because his child support obligation is so much. He's also got regular monthly expenses, right? Like, what's he paying for rent? What's he paying for a car payment? What's his debt look like? So it may not be child support that's keeping him in a studio apartment. It may be just his financial circumstances, which are above and beyond what he's paying in child support. Not only that, but we're also looking at the amount of parenting time that each party has. If mom has primary physical custody and dad only has a few overnights, a studio may be just fine for 2 or 3 nights a month. I don't know. Maybe it's fine to sleep on a couch. It's not an everyday thing. It's just sometimes. But I think there's a lot of differences between the amount of parenting time and the type of parenting time that each parent has that factors into their living situation. And it's not necessarily just down to child support for the reason why dad happens to be living in a studio apartment when mom's living in a 4-bedroom house. Maybe she's remarried. And of course, stepdad's income has nothing to do with the child support obligation, and it doesn't negate dad's obligation to support the child anyway. So mom's living situation might be what it is and dad's might be what his is, and that might be completely legitimate. That might be an unpopular opinion, but it's also just reality, right? That happens sometimes.